Most of us who live in Butte recognize the area in the distance where Blacktail Creek joins Silver Bow Creek, the Chamber of Commerce, and the KOA, the empty, undeveloped fields alongside the creek that trace George Street. We take for granted these empty, undeveloped acres. This is the way it's been since most of us can remember. And most of us lived with this situation without knowing about the toxic materials buried alongside this corridor. Tailings washed downstream from the historic Parrot Smelter, where the Civic Center now stands. After all, it looks like green fields. Sort of. We also take for granted the Arrow Street ditch that we know as Silver Bow Creek, but that looks like what it has been made to be, an engineered waste collection system that's lined with grasses and water that can sometimes be seen. But it's not inviting, not attractive, and not the sort of mountain stream it once was. When we view this area from above, the way waterfowl traversing the corridor see it, we quickly recognize how different barren fields are from the rest of the creek, just a few miles downstream. We can't help but imagine what this area could become if it were restored to a more natural riparian state. But before we can let our imaginations carry us away, we need to take a first step. The toxic mine waste covering this corridor, beginning east of the Civic Center and extending west to the Chamber of Commerce, need to be removed. The same remedy that has been applied by Superfund all along the length of Silver Bow Creek downstream to Missoula needs to apply here in Butte. Take out the source of the contaminants. Remove the Parrot tailings. The north side tailings and diggings east. This whole area at the heart of Butte begs for development, for open green spaces, as well as residential or commercial development that takes advantage of both the natural attractiveness of the riparian environment and the central location midway between Butte's uptown and the flats. Butte deserves to have a more fully protective remedy under Superfund of the sort that communities downstream from Rocker to Missoula have received. Butte residents deserve an attractive, welcoming green space along the creek corridor. Butte businesses deserve the opportunity to develop appropriate commercial enterprises here that take advantage of the location between uptown and downtown. It's time to imagine what we could have, what we should have, when Superfund leaves town sometime in the future. We don't have to settle for empty fields where blue bones can be found that have soaked up copper from the contaminants in the groundwater. Reflect what we might have there instead. Imagine what sorts of developments and future uses that might be most fitting here. Ponds, parkways, multifamily residential use, attractions to visitors. Consider how much more a full restoration of Silver Bow Creek could accomplish in this central location. Imagine what a restored Silver Bow Creek in the heart of Butte could do for all of us. The possibilities are endless, and the choice is ours. This matter affects all of Butte, its residents, its public institutions, its businesses, and all of us need to step up and join our voices. Remove the Parrot tailings and their downstream residue. Restore our creek. Give us back the waters that once shone like silver in the sun, winding through this beautiful valley.